Hey, peace world. Thanks for pressing playing another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Let's jump right into it. The Washington football team hosting the LA Rams. It goes down 30-10, and rough day for the team, the football team. Rough day. Shut out in the second half. The weather probably played a part in it, but we're just not a very good football team. If I can step back for a minute, I was able to. I checked out us actually a channel on here, the QB school, QB film school or something. I saw a lot of and participated in a lot of talk about the big test play last week, the fourth and goal or whatever from like the 13-yard line, and how fans were good with that moment being a deciding factor to go in another direction at the QB spot, or it proved that Haskins is more about his stats. I don't really know how that's possible when his stats are trash, but it's just so many different narratives out there. Um, but nobody thought that, I don't know. You're trying this test against a top 10, top 5 defense, a team that's a top tier defense every year. Um, Maybe just put the points on the board. It was 5 defenders on 2 guys in the end zone. On the other side, you had 2 routes over there, like one out in the flat, and then somebody 2 or 3 yards in front of the goal line. They were covered by 2 men. That scissor route or whatever cross that they had them run really made it easy for 5 people to cover 2 players. They had them bracketed. It seems like they defended that play pretty well. But you want him to throw it into the end zone. I didn't really. I'm looking at my man and listening to his commentary on it. I don't know, man. That to me to not question what Rivera was doing there, and Turner, and maybe not a better call being made, or there being an audible to get into. I don't even know if Haskins has audibles built in and all of that. I don't know, but I did not agree that was such a that whole scenario is all great for Ron Rivera. Kick the field goal, put the points on the board, and maybe the defense can show up. This Kyle Allen, I thought he looked about the same as Haskins looked in the first quarter and a half against the Browns. Um, we'll see. He's supposed to come back. It's a good thing that he wasn't concussed. The play that happened along the sideline. But other than that, I saw a lot of passing to the flats, into the flats. The same thing. And then for him to run for the touchdown that was scored. I mean, that's been my knock against Haskins, is that he can't do, or seemingly can't do anything with his legs. And again, as all young quarterbacks, you're probably going to have to get out of some mistakes with your legs until it comes together up here. And it seems like they were trying to make him do everything from the pocket. I did mean to start with this, a short story. When I came home from the military and started to go to community college, I went and talked with this teacher to help me out, a math teacher, before I went to go take the entrance exam or the placement testing. And she told me, she said, you know what? How are you on your fractions? Because if you mess up when you get to the math portion, when you mess up on the fractions, they're going to give you more fractions to make your results worse, so that you have to take more classes and pay more money to do what you're trying to do. So we went over some of that stuff. But I felt like here in watching some of what was going on with Dwayne Haskins, it's almost like they kept wanting him to do what he can't do. Where were the deep throws? We saw them throw the ball up at the end of the game here with Smith while he was getting rushed and harassed and everything. 8 total sacks for them, I believe. Then they finally just threw it up. Like, where was the deep passes for Haskins? But I guess they didn't have that trust in him. But anyway, didn't see a lot of improvement. I know the game got away from us a little bit, but, 1 carry for McKissick, 11 carries for Gibson. Like, why are we trying to pass the damn ball so much? 30 completions. 30 attempts between the two of them. Obviously the offensive line stinks. I don't think anybody could be great back there. Very touching moment to see Smith come into the game and to see his family up there. My heart had to go out to Mrs. Smith. On one hand, she had to be strong for the kids who saw their hero returning to the field and returning to the game that he loves. But then on the other side of that, on the other end of the spectrum, she's a wreck up there, knowing what she went through with her husband in the recovery, and what could possibly happen with these 5 dudes up front who can't block anybody. So, but that's all good and okay. So they don't go back to Kyle Allen. They probably couldn't go back to him after he missed so many possessions and whatnot. I think that's still a rule, but he wasn't able to get back. They didn't go back to him. And Smith really did. He just checked down and they ran the little short passes. I thought he almost got a couple of guys killed the way a couple passes that he threw. But looks like Kyle Allen will be the guy next week. One thing that's crazy here, man, is there was only 1 sack and 1 QB hit for the day. How many yards here was for rushing? 129 yards on the ground. Akers had 61 yards. Henderson Jr. had 38. Malcolm Brown had 30. We only had 27 yards was the high. We just seem like an incompetent football team, man. And I get all of the crazy talk and the fans being all over the place with the frustration and pointing fingers and everything. But I got it. I really don't think that it was all Haskins' fault, and that's what I've tried to stick through. Is at some point in time, it's almost as much BS going on in this front office and the team as what we see in the political space in Washington. And I thought they tried to make this kid look bad. I thought all the stuff that was publicized, these one-on-one talks that were going with that Rivera is having with Haskins, but then it's being told to the press for what? So I agree with Louis Riddick to a degree. I think this isn't a good situation for the Washington football team or Dwayne Haskins. I know supposedly his young dog or puppy died this week. He lost his job, was demoted to 3rd string. He wasn't on the sidelines today. Some people wanted to, take shots at him for not being there. It sounds like it was legit that he has a stomach problem of some kind. A tough day, man. There's some thinking out there that, now the argument becomes, do you tank? Or do you try to win this division? 7 games might be able to get you to play. They're gonna do whatever they want to do. I guess this next stretch of games will be a deciding factor. 3 or 4 of them are winnable, so we'll see. But Turner's not impressing me. His play calling is not really impressing me. But what can you do, if anything, when you don't have good line play, offensive line play? Defensively, man, the secondary and the linebackers, it's a lot of things that need to be. I don't, say what you want and win now. Winning the division is a good thing, I guess, but find a way to accumulate some picks, man, and draft some guys who can make the roster. Get some guys who can block, tackle, and run. And quarterback in the first round, maybe just get some guy with 3 years worth of film in college with a good arm that you can get in the fourth round or something, maybe the third round. Get somebody that you don't have to rush in there and ruin. It's a lot of holes to fill, man. A lot of holes. And at some point in time, you just have to burn everything down and completely start over. That's the reality of the situation. And then, the people last week, there was some guys, I was on Reddit and some other forums, we got this and this guy's this and this. The overall team has to be solid. We don't have much. The team is bereft of talent. These teams that you watch that are doing big things and look good on the field and are playing well, they have a lot of contributors across the board. We don't have that. We got embarrassed in the second half. Embarrassed. Anyway, even McLaurin, 3 for 26 today. McKissick, who's playing pretty good ball. He's six catches for 46 yards. Gibson, 5 for 24. I don't know, man. Just a lot of stuff to fix on both sides of the ball. It was a tough watch today. And I really don't think that I'm not so sure that things look better next week. Before I jump off of here, the Giants. Excuse me, the Giants at home. No, in New York, and that's the last comment. For a lot of us, you just tune in every week waiting for that game where the coaching staff, some combination, puts it together and we can compete in the game. You hold a team under 20 points. That was dope to see Chicago win a game that they probably shouldn't have won against Tampa Bay the other day. To see the Giants, they were 17. It was 17 up or 14 up when I started talking. To see them in that game with the issues that they have, with Saquon being out, Danny Dimes not being out, but they're still competing. That's what I don't see with us is we rarely look like we're competing. So, and maybe the defense is out there too long because the O-line, we can't, get first downs and whatnot and extend drives, and that's the thing, I guess, over time, the defense gets tired. But we just got a lot of stuff to fix, man. Let me get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of the day. Peace.